Today's lesson goes a little bit in line with yesterday's. I hope you saw yesterday's, where I talked about taking responsibility versus blame, that blame is a dead end street. And the only reason why I tagged this on to what I talked about yesterday is it had such a profound impact on me. Have you ever found yourself listening to some sort of talk or training? Hopefully you're finding these moments in our conversations on a daily basis. You ever found yourself being hit by something that just absolutely changed you? Sometimes it's just a phrase. Sometimes it's just a sentence. And this was one of those times for me. I was sitting in a training and there's this old cowboy, like a real cowboy, he like raised cattle and big belt buckle and cowboy hat and boots and the whole thing. His name was Johnny Daniel. And Johnny was on stage talking in his southern drawl, like you'd imagine in some Western movie or something. But he was the top earner in my company. And Johnny said, you can tell the size of the man by the size of the problem it takes to get him down. And that was a moment, was just like, shoo. Oh, it's about blame versus responsibility ultimately. But it's also about, what are you made of? Are you somebody that, you stand tall until somebody just goes bink and you just fall flat? I mean, are you somebody that one tiny little criticism and you stop working for the next week? Are you somebody that somebody quit your business and you had high hopes for them and it knocks you out? So this happened to me at a time when I had driven to Ohio, from Minnesota to Ohio, which is like, 12, 14-hour drive. And I went with one of my early mentors, John Joyce, and I had gone to sponsor a new person there who is very excited and very influential in Ohio. And I needed a line to really go in order to be able to hit a new rank inside the company. So we'd driven this 14 hours down there. We spent this whole time and he signs up. He signed up, like another 20 people signed up. So it's a lot of volume, a lot of productivity, a lot of excitement. We did meetings and applications are stacked up and people are excited about the product. They're excited about the opportunity. And this was a while ago before these, but I got a message asking for a phone call. And back then we had pagers. I had a Sky pager, if any of you remember that. But I had this pager and beep, beep, beep. Oh, we got to pull over, find a phone. And I call. Hey, how you doing? And I'm halfway back there. It's middle of the night. We're driving in the middle of nowhere. And he says, look, I thought about it. I prayed about it. And I decided I'm not going to do it. And I've told everybody that I'm not going to do it. So I'm canceling my order and they're all canceling their orders. I hope you understand. It's just a personal decision. I wish you the best. Thank you for coming. See you soon. Bye-bye. Boom. And I'm just like, no, because emotionally, I had counted on the volume. Emotionally, this was going to put me over the top. This was towards the end of the month and I'm already celebrating. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. And sure enough, they all canceled. Bang, 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 bang. Now, I just spent a week in their market. I did dozens of meetings, breakfasts and lunches, all of it. Drove 14 hours one way with my sponsor. I was driving 14 hours back. And around this same time, I had heard this training from Johnny Daniel. You could tell the size of the man by the size of the problem it takes to get him down. And I'm just like, boom, because guess what? That experience got me down. That experience made me depressed. That experience frustrated me like crazy. It's like, why does this stuff keep happening to me? What the heck? And I was just in my little feeling sorry for myself mode. We're a stronger leader who say, oh, too bad. That's why we try and do. We go out there, we give people opportunities. Some say yes, some say no, move on. I wasn't ready to move on. I wanted to tell everybody this story like I'm telling it to you. So people would feel sorry for me. People would give me their compassion. People would give me their empathy. So I remember listening, that phrase that happened just before this, in this training that I attended. You could tell the size of the man by the size of the problem it takes to get him down. And I'm like, is this all the bigger I am? One person decides not to build a business, and his influence, the people who he influenced decided to follow him out of my business. Is that going to define me? Or am I going to be bigger than this? Because normally I would have let this situation bother me for weeks or months. But instead, I got home, told my family what happened, and went back to work. See, I learned how to discipline my disappointment. I learned how to have something that normally would have me sad or depressed or stressed out for a month, and I would only let it stress me out for a week. And then eventually I only let it stress me out for a day. And then eventually I only let it stress me out for 2-3 hours. And then eventually I only let it stress me out for 1 hour, and then 30 minutes, and then 5 minutes. And I was able to get over things in a much, much shorter period of time. And if you want to be successful in building your business, you're going to have to get over your expectations. You're going to have to be bigger than the situation. You're going to have to be bigger than that little problem. And I think about that happening today. It would be annoying, but it wouldn't be the story of my life. Right? I mean, stuff happens. It's okay. Be bigger than your problems. Learn to discipline your disappointment. Learn to, instead of letting something impact your productivity for a long period of time, shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and pretty soon not at all. Look at every single experience as a learning opportunity. Guess why that situation happened in Columbus, Ohio? So I could share it with you. And hopefully you'll use it in order to be able to be bigger than your problems. Okay, so I'm very grateful for that trainer, Johnny Daniel, and I'm very grateful for the guy who said no after he had said yes and brought that whole team in. I'm grateful for that person not joining my business, because it helped me become stronger. And hopefully it'll help you become stronger as well. So you can tell the size of the person by the size of the problem it takes to get them down. Be bigger than your problems. I'll see you tomorrow.